God, there's one on your head, honey. It's like a bee right by your ear.
Since this whole coronavirus outbreak thing, I feel like this is just a good opportunity for all of us to practice more awareness on ways that we can be a little more self-sufficient. Now I'm just looking around and trying to see how I can utilize everything available to me, every resource. Hey friends, out here on this semi-beautiful, I mean, you can call this beautiful. To me, I just feel happier when the sun is out, and today it's overcast. But I wanted to do a video about some of the things that I'm trying to do now since this whole coronavirus outbreak thing. I feel like this is just a good opportunity for all of us to practice more awareness on ways that we can be a little more eco-friendly. I love that right now the earth is getting a break from all of the pollution that she's used to having on a daily basis with all the transportation and just all the different things that we do. Right now is a chance for us to really practice more awareness and figure out some ways that we can be a little more self-sufficient, be less wasteful, and so yeah, I'm really into my garden right now. I talked about that in another video, and one thing that I am really excited to try out, because now I'm just looking around and trying to see how I can utilize everything available to me, every resource in this time and moving forward. And I was just looking out at our grass and I saw these dandelions and I was like, I recently watched The Biggest Little Farm and I really loved the whole message and how they're really trying desperately to create a farm that lives in harmony with everything. For example, they had trees, an orchard, and their fruit trees were getting destroyed by snails, and they couldn't figure out how to solve that problem. And then they realized, oh yeah, ducks love snails, so they brought their ducks over, and the ducks ate the snails. And then so it's just about creating harmony with everything. Poor Tootsie, I think did you get stung? Did you get stung? Come here. I just heard her cry. I think she got stung by a bee or something. But, so yeah, I was looking out at the dandelions, and usually we put toxic chemicals on them and, weed killer to kill the dandelions. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, how can we not only preserve the environment by not using toxic chemicals on our grass and putting it into the air and onto the earth, but how there's got to be a purpose for dandelions. And I drink Dandy Blend. I know there are benefits to drinking dandelion tea, but I've never actually thought to use the dandelions myself and to create something out of them. So started doing some research and learned how I can use these dandelions in a few different ways, and I'm going to share it with you today. You can dry them out. If you have a food dehydrator, you can dry them and use them at a later time for tea, or even blend it up and sprinkle it in different smoothies and things like that. You can make a salad dressing out of the dandelions, or even use the dandelion greens. They are a little bit bitter, so it's more like a kale, so you only use a little bit and you add a lot more of the sweet and the tanginess to your salad. And I'm gonna try to, whatever I have left over, I will dry in my food dehydrator and use them for a later time. But I'm gonna show you just how I do that. Have that one. Ah!
It's coming back.
What? A bee is coming to me. He's fighting me for these dandelions.
Another bee.
Where?
Gotcha.
Oh God, there's one on your head, honey. It's like a bee right by your ear. That was graceful.
5 seconds later.
Was that graceful?
Yeah, that was graceful. Girls run the world.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Scoot back. Sean, are you ready? Dad, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Okay.
Don't want to waste them. These are valuable.
Yeah.
Dandelions have a lot of health benefits, like helps with digestion. Also, I just read that it has every vitamin in these flowers. I had no idea.
Does it have vitamin D?
Yeah, vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C. And most importantly, it helps with your immune system, which is something I think we are all trying to focus on right now. So first, you collect the dandelions, and then you got to rinse them really well. And also, I recently purchased this thing called an ozonator. It's an ozone generator that I use with all of my produce, and I've been using it for the past few months ever since I learned about it. Basically what it does is it dissolves and eliminates any pesticides and purifies. It's a disinfectant, kills bacteria on the surface of plants. It dissolves organic and bleaching impurities by increasing the oxygen level in the water. Anyway, I purchased this on Amazon for like $60 or $70, and I'll put the link in the description if you're interested in reading up a little bit more about the one that I use. Then I will just put the freshly washed and ozonated dandelions into this huge mason jar, and I can make a tea out of it. And I'll boil the water, I'll add the water to it, and I let mine steep overnight, but you don't need to do it for that long. And you know what I realized? It doesn't taste the best. I even added some stevia and some fresh lemon, but it wasn't like my favorite flavor. What I did is I added a different kind of tea with it. You can also add any other kinds of herbs to go along with this if you happen to have anything else in your garden that you think might go really well with the dandelions. I added some immunity tea to mine. Something I think I got it at Costco a while ago, and it's just like has a lot of different things in it, and it tastes really good. But it was fine without the added tea, but I just wanted to suggest that if you find this not to be very tasty.
Walking on fire.
And then the other option is, like I said, to make a dandelion vinegar, and so that you can use it to make a salad dressing later on. So this will take about 4 weeks to fully ferment with this vinegar. But basically all you do is you take your clean dandelion roots and flowers and you add some apple cider vinegar. I like to use the organic with the mother apple cider vinegar. Cover it with a plastic lid and let it sit in your pantry for like 4 weeks. And then you can use that vinegar, then you strain it, of course, and use that vinegar to create a delicious salad dressing with added vitamins and nutrients.